or drag him through the bathroom and throw him against the tub like he did his girlfriend.
I mean, if you ain't been doing that for half your life, you pretty much going to suck at it. So he's going to get beat up.
Somebody going to dust him off, but Dana White, I know you're not listening.
I don't think it's UFC ain't gonna touch him. It's
no, he said he was interested. Dana White.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wow. Said he's not closing the door on the situation.
Well, of course. I mean, if he turns into the next,
it's a money grab.
Exactly. Yeah. Like if he gets in there and he starts killing people and knocking people out, of course Dana's gonna sign him. But have the first couple of fights in Bellator or whatever they call it.
I tell you
what happens.
Let's get to this timeline because this really breaks down the Josh Brown situation. It's probably a lot of information you haven't heard of before, Jay.
Okay.
But I guess the question that I'm going to ask to the listeners before I read all this information is, did the NFL, who dropped the ball? No pun intended.
NFL.
Was it the NFL? Was it the Giants? Was it the police department? It
don't even matter, like, even if they didn't have, then they I heard they tried to blame the police department, telling them we didn't get any info, so we could only do one game. All you need to know is he was arrested for domestic violence, 6 games. I thought that was the purpose of all that stuff last year.
That was supposed to be.
I thought that was the purpose.
What happened to zero tolerance?
Exactly.
Let's go ahead.
I thought that was the purpose of the policy, but I guess not.
So here's the timeline, boys and girls. In 2014, after Rice did an interview with the NFL where he basically told everything.
Yeah.
The NFL, of course, automatically suspended him for 2 games. After the video leaked, which somehow, once again, the NFL wasn't able to obtain this billion-dollar industry that can't get videos, but TMZ was able to get a video. They suspended him indefinitely, and then he was released. And, of course, Ray Rice has been nowhere near a practice facility ever again, unless he was speaking to a team. Then after that, of course, it was the Greg Hardy situation with him abusing his girlfriend, slamming her on a bed of AK-47s and dragging her through the home. Then you also had Adrian Peterson. Well, they had photos of that, like graphic photos, and I think that's what pushed the issue on those two as well. But after that, and this is the question we're all trying to figure out here, the NFL tried to implement the zero tolerance policy, which will automatically suspend a player 6 games.
Yeah.
Now, let's fast forward to 2015. The NFL and the Giants looked into a May 2015 incident between Brown and his then wife at the time. This was in 2015. 8 months later, NFL security was called to look at another domestic violence situation with Josh and his ex-wife again.
That's 2, right?
That's 2.
Okay.
2 before this situation.
Okay.
Now, just before the draft, after knowing of these 2 domestic violence situations, the New York Giants gave Josh a 2-year, $4 million extension. So now he's paid. Let's go into August. In August, more information popped up. His wife, I believe, filed a police report stating that he's been physically violent with her on more than 20 occasions. 20. So, the NFL stated there wasn't enough info for some odd reason. 20 times. I don't know how that's not enough information. But apparently they opened up an investigation after that. But it was slowed up because the ex-wife plus the police wasn't participating.
Okay.
They wouldn't cooperate for some odd reason. And the only evidence they had was a photo of a bruised wrist. And of course, Josh stated the reason why her wrist was bruised is because he was trying to restrain her.
Yes.
So that's when the 6-game suspension was reduced to 1 game because of that photo.
Nah.
I smell the most bag of bull.
Even if you don't know, if you don't have all the facts or whatever, NFL, you put in plan this policy. What was it, 2 years ago? Or was it last 2 years ago?
2 years ago. Zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance.
If any player conducts in the match, 6 games.
Okay.
Point blank period.
Let's say we suspend you for 6 games and then we find out, she made it up or whatever. We can unsuspend you, give you your money back, something like that. Maybe you missed a couple games, so what? We're sorry. But you can't just give somebody one game after you had this ironclad policy in place.
But if
and then you still do whatever you feel like it.
And this is the other thing that I don't even have in my notes, but I remember looking at ESPN. The dude had a detailed journal of what he was doing to his wife. They couldn't get a hold of that? The police did.
I mean, after, like you said, he was arrested 3 times, pretty much, for domestic violence. I mean...
Yeah, is that not a red flag?
Exactly. Like 3 times, you're getting 6 games.
I'm an
She's
employee.
Not making this up 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Like...
And I like to use the current job situation.
Yeah.
Josh, you're at Charter.
Yeah.
And
Spectrum now.
Excuse me. Charter Spectrum. Or is it just
This is Spectrum. We don't...
Oh, there's no more Charter?
No, it's dead.
Well, they need to update that on my bill. I need to get some type of Spectrum discount.
I know, right?
But, so, you work for Spectrum.
Okay.
And you're the manager.
Okay.
One of your employees comes to work high. You drug test them, they fail the drug test.
Yeah.
A couple of months later, they look a little high again. You give them another drug test. Now they're going to be, sent home for... Is there not any type of recollection or any type of red flag that may have you think, hey, maybe he or she may be on drugs?
Yeah. It's like you said, if they're basing it... They try to act like they're basing everything off of facts and we do this thorough investigation and we couldn't gather all the facts. Like you said, TMZ.com was able to get a lot of information. Billion-dollar industry. You need to hire better people. If you're just going to turn around and be like, hey, it's out of our hands, the police department wouldn't work with us.
No, I'm not.
But TMZ got it. Why you couldn't get it? And again, with his case in particular, that's not going to fly. The man was arrested 3 times.
3.
6 games. Ain't nothing you can tell me. I don't care. Like, ain't nothing, there's no lie or there's nothing that you can tell me that'll make me be like, okay, we'll just give you 1 game. Nothing. Unless she came to me and she said she made it up, which she clearly didn't do.
No.
That's the only thing he could have, that's the only thing. He would have had to come in my office, him and her, hand in hand with the kids, and she was just like, we made it all up. I'm sorry.
And I mean, and circle back to the interview. He was just so positive nothing was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's just a bunch of media baloney, and I'm just focused on my kids.
I did them a favor. I let the Giants know about it as soon as it happened. Just looking out for the team.
This guy should be suspended
but
indefinitely.
Now, and then he's on the commissioner's list where he's going to make his 1.4 rest of his $1 million.
Still getting paid.
He should have been, like you said, 6 games. This comes out now, because what are we, like 6 games in now? Pretty. What is this? Yeah. So this comes out now. You can just release them.
Was it Greg Hardy was on the commissioner list?
Yeah. He got like $14 million. We had a franchise.
Man.
Yeah, he got off on us.
This is Josh Brown, guys. I mean, I'm sure you can go to ESPN and look into more information. I felt like that was a lot. What I just gave you was probably more information than what I've seen on any show.
Exactly.
The guy should be suspended.
He should be out of the league.
Shouldn't be in the league.
Out of it.
20 times you abused your spouse.
And the NFL, you got to do it better.
You know what, John?
You can't keep doing this.
If you want to help him so much, go get him some help. Maybe he needs some mental help.
Counseling, something.
He doesn't need to be getting... I have a real soft spot for domestic violence. Like, very, very soft spot.
I understand. And like you said, it's just you can't keep being like, oh, we're sorry, NFL. You got to do the right thing from the get-go. You can't always turn around and try to proactively make stuff right once everybody tells you, yeah, that wasn't right. And then, with Josh, I'm just not feeling the blowback on this Josh Brown.
Yeah, where's the heat?
I don't feel. It's like on a medium boil right now.
You're right. It's on a simmer.
It's on low.
Wash, man.
It's on low right now, and
Ray Rice literally the rice was boiling over.
Yes. Oh yeah. They cooked Ray Rice. They got
It was boiling over.
Yes.
And Hardy's had a lot of burnt patties.
Yeah.
They toasted Hardy's, man.
The Women's Association of Women of America, we have stated that Ray Rice must be suspended indefinitely.
They were outside of Ravens Stadium just protesting.
Exactly.
Where's this protest at?
Nothing. Don't hear nothing about it.
I'm not justifying that Ray Rice, what he did was like any less significant.
Right. No.
That was awful, man.
It was.
He knocked his wife.
But why we get to pick and choose who we upset about?
Seriously.
Is it because he's a kicker, or is it because he's I don't know. I'll let you guys decide.
Yeah,
that.
you guys come to the conclusion. We're not even gonna say it. You draw your own conclusions. All I'm saying is you can't just go all the way on one situation
and then
and
give
go
somebody
halfway.
else the benefit of the doubt.
It needs to be all the way. No matter the situation, no matter the person, no matter the position.
Josh Gordon smoked some weed. He's done.
Oh, he's out.
Get him out of here for life.
He's out.
Life. He got smoking again for life. Get him out of here.
I tell you what. That's a good transition. We're going to transition to somebody who maybe get his ass kicked out the league soon. Vontaze Burfict.
This guy.
So, you guys not familiar about Vontaze Burfict? Google him.
Yeah.
He's very popular right now. He's probably the dirtiest player in the NFL.
In all of sports, maybe.
You're right, if not all of sports.
Yeah.
So, Vontaze is back in the news for a low hit that he went to Martellus Bennett's knees.
Yeah,
and then he also stepped on LeGarrette Blount's foot.
That Bennett hit. Boy, I saw that.
It was dirty.
You can't even,
You can't
justify that. Like,
that was just.
He went straight for the side knee. He aimed at his ACL.
Yeah.
Wherever your ACL is at, in the knee.
Now,
Vontaze Burfict aimed right at that.
He went up to Bennett after the game and tried to apologize to him.
Bennett is a funny guy.
Oh, he's hilarious.
I follow him on Instagram, and
I'm going to have to follow him. I didn't know he's on the gram.
He's on the gram. He's a funny guy.
I like Martellus.
I
loved him at Dallas. I thought he got a bad rep.
He said, "Oh man, he just killed y'all." Did you see that interview he did?
I haven't seen it yet, but I do want to see it.
He said y'all tried to make him something he's not.
I agree. I totally agree. And it was Jason Garrett's brother.
Yeah.
He was the tight end coach at the time that Martellus was a rookie.
Yeah.
They tried to form him into just being a blocking tight end.
It's not him.
You can absolutely tell this kid had way more talent than that.
No,
but they just wanted him to be a blocking tight end. I'm like, what the hell are we doing? Do you not see the talent?
Yeah, look at him now.
And I think he went to the Giants, and that's when he really exploded. That following year. I'm happy for Marty B, man. He's a goofball.
He's definitely a funny guy. But
I like him.
But yeah, that Vontaze hit, that was straight ACL, MCL, kneecap target right there. That was dirty.
And I tell you what, Ray Lewis actually spoke about
what did he say?
Vontaze.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and let's play it.
Let's hear that.
I think there's a bigger issue, and I'm screaming this issue to these guys. I don't know what Burfict think the next move for him really is, because the next move is probably out of this league, and he will probably never be mentioned again when it comes to National Football League. So when you talk about the position that Marvin's in, just like you said, we know the rule, right? You got to protect your own. That's the number one rule, because there's so much ugliness that goes on at the bottom of piles that it will blow your mind. Yeah. Right? And most of the time, it's always the second or third person that actually gets caught that's in these incidents. But when you think about what Burfict has the ability to do to a team, right, which we saw last year in the Pittsburgh game, for him to take that game and do that at that point of the game, for me as a person, as a teammate, I'm going to him straight up and say, bro, look, I'm telling you straight up, if this ever happened again, we have a personal problem.
He's a problem, man.
I mean, that sounds perfect from what Ray. I don't agree with Ray Lewis a lot of times, but I do. Like, his team has to be like, hey, bruh, you can't be trying to end people's careers out here, bruh, because I may not always play for the Cincinnati Bengals. And what if I go to another team and you gonna step on my balls too in the middle of a foul? Or?
Yeah. Vontez is pretty much the new era Bill Romanowski. But he may be even worse.
I'm about to say it might be worse.
I don't know, man. Romo.
He's spitting people's face and stuff.